SBR Videos is sponsored by Sports Cash System. Click on the link below for more information. Hi, welcome to SBR Foreign Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We're previewing Week 10 in the NFL, and right now we're talking with returning guest Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. And Joe takes a bunch of games each week, not that he chooses, that I assign him, but he's nevertheless done extremely well with those picks all year long in the NFL. 17-7 against the spread in those games. Joe, that record speaks for itself. Thanks for being back with us.
Thank you, Peter. And we're actually 18-8 with our Wise Guy Premium play. Similar mark.
There you go. So you do well with the picks you think you have a big edge on. You do well with the picks that I assign. You're just doing well all around. Really impressed Joe Duffy this year from OffshoreInsiders.com is his website. All right, one of the games that I assigned you this week, St. Louis at Indianapolis. You know, one of these tough NFL lines. Indianapolis is 9 or 9.5 point home favorite. Total's 44. Obviously, Indianapolis, a very quality team. They got to, come from behind, win and cover last week against Houston. And, teams with that kind of character and quality, you just don't want to bet against them in the NFL. Last week was a perfect example of why. Then again, 9 or 9.5 points, that's a huge line in the NFL. And Kellen Clemens, playing okay for St. Louis. I think if I had to bet this game right now, I'd have a modest lean towards the over at 44. What do you think, Joe Duffy?
Well, no, that's quite interesting because I was going to tell you the under. One thing that we will never really know for sure, and there was a bunch of talk on the Sunday night football game on the broadcast with Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth. They were wondering how much Houston was affected when Gary Kubiak collapsed at halftime. They didn't know how he was. Did that affect them or not? But one thing that I think the fact that the Colts had so much success in the second half offensively, that kind of covered up the fact they are going to miss Reggie Wayne.
Sure.
And what we find in all sports, probably more so in the NBA, but it most definitely applies in the NFL, when a team loses a star player, sometimes short-term they can rally around it, but each game there's a point of diminishing return.
Right. Yes.
They're going to miss Reggie Wayne. It's statistically proven how much that St. Louis misses Sam Bradford. If you believe in the quarterback ratings, which are pretty good, it's a good a sign. He's had a 90.9 rating as opposed to 62 for Kellen Clemens. So both teams are losing a lot offensively. The Colts, of course, lost to Wayne Allen earlier, Vic Ballard, Ahmad Bradshaw. Both of these teams are missing key offensive weapons, and not a super high total, but a high enough total where I think the under is actually the play.
So your official play on this game is going to be on the under at 44.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, my thoughts, it was very, very mild lean for me, just sort of like a gun to my head kind of lean. I was just thinking, 44 is kind of like in the middle. It's a tick on the low side for an NFL total. And, look, Andrew Luck, we were like, how much are they going to miss, Wayne? But, last week, T.Y. Hilton came in and had a great game. So I'm thinking, Luck and the rest of Indianapolis, at some point they'll be able to, probably get into the 20s. In St. Louis, again, Kellen Clemens, not some, superstar, but can be effective at times. So I'm just figuring one way or another, eventually it's more likely to get over than under. But I could be completely wrong there. And you have no opinion on the side then?
If anything, I'd probably lean a little bit towards the underdog because there's no question that Luck has looked to Wayne this season. He's completed 65.5% of his passes to Reggie Wayne, 49.6% to all other receivers. And as you said, T.Y. Hilton is a pretty darn good receiver. But you know what? In passes he attempted to wide receivers not named T.Y. Hilton on Sunday, he was only 11 out of 28. So I think he is going to miss Wayne and St. Louis. It's pretty obvious what they got to do is now slow down T.Y. Hilton. Right. And if they're able to do that, the Colts offense is going to struggle.
All right, so your official pick on this game is?
The under the total.
Under 44. Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. And that's an opinion backed up by a 17-7 ATS record with us this year. Thanks, Joe.
All right, thank you, Peter.